What's up, people? Joe here. I want to talk about God's will for the world, right? Why it's looking so bad, why it has always looked bad, and why it continues to look worse. So, God's will for the world, right? Well, Satan is the God of the world, right? And so it's going to continue to look worse and worse and worse until all the souls of the earth have been taken. And it's going to be taken by money, by the love of money, and by fear and survival. That's right. So, one of the ways that people's souls will be stolen is through the love for money. In the book of Revelation, it says the mark of the beast is it will be placed on the right hand and forehead, and they won't be able to buy or sell goods without it. This technology could be something like a microchip. In the future, if you don't take this microchip, you won't be able to buy or sell goods to anyone. And the way this world is set up, you need to make money. The way this system is set up, you need to make money. So if you're too fearful of being broke, then you're going to get that microchip. And therefore, well, your souls will be damned, because your soul is your mind, your will, and emotions. Your mind, your desires, or emotions. All of that's going to change when you get this microchip. Why? You won't be able to access the Spirit of God anymore. You won't be able to access the Spirit of love, the Spirit of courage, the Spirit of joy. Because you're being reigned by fear. Another way that people's souls will be taken is through different medical technologies, different medical, pharmaceutical pills and drugs and vaccines. Yes, pharmaceutical pills, drugs, and vaccines. There's another thing that is ran by fear. If you get with those things, you're probably run off of fear. I know this is going to hurt a lot of people, offend a lot of people, because they've gotten, shots, but it is what it is. It's the truth. The truth offends people. It is what it is. That's another way that your souls will be stolen. Through medical procedure, through medical vaccines, shots, through the microchip, so you won't be able to buy or sell goods. Right? And so, God's will for his people is that whoever endures to the end, right, will be saved. Whoever does not get these microchips, whoever does not get these vaccines, whoever is not bound to the system. It is 4 ways people are bound to the system. They're bound by spouse, bound by house, bound by career, and bound by kids. That is correct. All of these you are bound under the law of a wicked system. Wicked men have been placed in high places to change the laws, to make corrupt laws, so that it can corrupt humanity, and it is working. So if you are not bound by any of these 4, house, spouse, career, or kids, you will be saved in the end. I'm not saying don't have these things, but people get these things for the wrong reasons. People get these things before they're educated on what they actually really mean. Do you know that if you buy a house, you have to pay a mortgage, and that mortgage is the English word for death pledge? Mortgage is a Latin word for death pledge. Yes. But anyway, you're bound by the law when you get all these things. And so, God's will for God's people is that when the world is so corrupt and is nothing but wickedness, that all of God's people will come together in unity and work in love, so that we don't need government, and we don't need banks, and we don't need money. Yes. It is going to be like the Church of Acts in the book of Acts. How everybody cared for one another, and they all had their own resources and put it all together and shared with one another. That is God's will for God's people. Yes. So, in the end, the world is going to get so bad that God's people, the chosen ones, the ones who aren't ran by fear, who aren't ran by the law, will get together, join unity, and live happily without the system. We'll escape the world system and be under the system of grace, and be under the system of God's system, under the system of unconditional love and wisdom and understanding. That is God's will for God's people. So, be aware. Do not be ran by love. Do not be ran by the law, because we're not under the law anymore. We're under grace. So, and the law and the system of the world, like I said, is corrupt because it's ran by corrupt people. So, whoever endured to the end will be saved. Remember that. All right.